Well, a busy and historic day on Capitol Hill today, from a Senate impeachment trial to trying to find an agreement to fund Israel and Ukraine while also trying to keep America safe. We begin in the Senate with the impeachment trial of DHS Secretary Alejandro Mayorkas, who is accused of willfully and systematically refusing to comply with the law regarding America's borders. For more, let's check in with Capitol Hill correspondent Erik Rosales. Erik.
Well, good evening, Tracy. Yes, a very busy day. Democrats were hoping to bring a swift end to these impeachment proceedings, and that's exactly what they did under Majority Leader Chuck Schumer. Well, he ended up getting it done very quickly. After senators were sworn in as jurors, the Majority Leader laid out the ground rules, saying that he was only allowing 60 minutes of debate for each charge, and then a vote would take place to dismiss the charges altogether. Republicans objected and said that they wanted a full trial because this is what the Constitution demands. Then the Majority Leader called for a vote to dismiss the first and second impeachment charges, claiming that they were unconstitutional, to which Republicans objected again. Republicans say that the evidence is clear. Alejandro Mayorkas failed to enforce the laws that he was sworn to protect and even lied to Congress.
Never before in the history of our republic has the Senate dismissed or tabled articles of impeachment when the impeached individual was alive and had not resigned. As Senator Schumer said in 2020, quote, "A fair trial has witnesses. A fair trial has relevant documents as part of the record. A fair trial seeks the truth. Nothing more, nothing less."
The Majority Leader's position is asking members of this Senate to vote on political expediency to avoid listening to arguments. The only rational way to resolve this question is actually to debate it, to consider the Constitution and consider the law.
Republicans then made several motions to adjourn the trial till a later date. They were all defeated. In the end, the first and second articles of impeachment were deemed unconstitutional by a floor vote. They passed along party lines. Bottom line, Mayorkas dodged an impeachment trial altogether, but Republicans tell me that he actually set a precedent now that any cabinet member could lie to Congress. He would have been only the second cabinet member to be impeached in U.S. history since 1876. If he had been found guilty, he would have been removed from office and in some cases disqualified from holding public offices in the future. Republicans warn that there will be consequences like slowing down business on the Senate floor in the near future. Meanwhile, let's move to the other side. In the House earlier today, lawmakers are finally reading over the text of the $95 billion foreign aid bill. You may recall that I reported Speaker Mike Johnson wanted to pass 4 separate bills in just the end of this week, and one to fund Israel, another to fund Ukraine and Taiwan, and a 4th bill to fund defense priorities. Now, just today, the Speaker added a 5th bill that would fund border security and immigration. Pretty much the same components that are found in H.R. 2, a similar bill that passed in the House last year, but it remains a non-starter over in the Senate. A vote is expected on Saturday night, but the drum is beating louder against Speaker Mike Johnson. I spoke with Republican Congresswoman Marjorie Taylor Greene, who is leading the charge, along with Congressman Thomas Massie of Kentucky.
I've been saying this all along, that there were other members that support this. Unfortunately, here we go. We can get this one. Yeah. But yet now you're seeing as Thomas Massie came forward this morning, and I think that shows the credibility to this.
It's strictly on his votes, how he's been doing.
Of course, yes. It's based on how he's leading, and he's leading for Joe Biden's agenda. He's not being the Republican speaker, passing with Democrat majority against the majority of the majority. That's Republicans, and that's not any way to lead the Republican majority conference.
By the way, both Greene and Massie have asked Speaker Johnson to resign, or they will seek to remove him from the job. I've also learned that Wisconsin Congressman Mike Gallagher is delaying his resignation from Congress because of these foreign aid bills. He was supposed to leave Congress on April 19th. Just a reminder, next week Congress is out, and some members have already signed up for congressional trips, and that could be very messy for Republican leaders if there is a Saturday vote. I'll continue to keep you updated. Tracy?